Hello everyone, welcome to this video. This is called The Mystery of the Shard. The famous shard, an object found by Richard Hoagland by the Lunar Orbiter 3 photographed on the moon. It has been a very mysterious object. It's an anomaly discussed by many people who think that it is a artifact or a compression failure or manipulation by Mr. Hoagland himself. So let's see what it is. Where is the shard located? Well, the shard is located right here, between the Bruce crater and Sine Medae and the Trisnecker area. Okay. What is the shard exactly? Well, the shard is an object, an anomaly on the moon surface. It stretches vertical, and it has horizontal a shadow which matches exactly the shape of the object. And a lot of people thought that it was a statue or it was a building or an antenna, but there was no evidence for it because there were no other pictures. This was the only picture available at that time. So where did this picture come from? Well, the picture comes from the Lunar Orbiter 3. This is the original picture from NASA. And the original picture taken by the Lunar Orbiter 3 shows the Bruce crater in the foreground and the Sinus Medae Mare in the background. The shard is casting its shadow on the moon's surface. See, right here. This is the shard, and there we have the shadow. Okay, this little dot here, this little star, is, as you can see, it's a mark point. It's a reference point. You find it all over the image. So here we flipped it, and here we also increase resolution a bit, and here we see the shard with the shadow. And you see that the top matches exactly, and the middle matches exactly in thickness, width. Okay, here we go. So this is my enhancement. Here I increased resolution, and I used the S-spline filter without any other settings than non-artificial. So this is the plain image. No manipulation has been done here. Here I added some contrast, so we can see the shadow much better now. Here we see the top matches, the middle center of the middle piece also matches here. And depending on the sun angle, we see a very long shadow. So here I did some manipulation by adding the contrast at pixel level, and here we see that there are different fields. So this is just not one picture, this is a composition, which is pretty normal for astronomy pictures. So it's even better now, and better sharpening. And now we see the contours of the shard. Well, it's still very unclear what it is because we see a lot of artifacts. Let's zoom in. Here we have the shadow, and here we have the anomaly. And I really have no idea what it is. It could be a statue, it could also be a building. And this white spot here, that's a crater. I will show you other pictures because I found the shard. So here we go, more sharpening, and you see that there is something different, because here you see the edge of the moon, and you see the same structure here. That's very odd, because we won't find it anywhere else in the picture. And also here in the shard are these same lines, these same structures. So what does that mean? So where did I find the shard? Well, I found it at the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter images on the LROC browser. And this is the first picture. Here's the grid. And this is the area we're going to focus on. Okay, let's zoom in. We have resolution of 250 meters per pixel. Here is Bruce, the crater, Sinus Medae, and Trisnecker area. And we're going to focus on this particular area. Let's zoom in. Sinus Medae. Now we zoom in further in this area. We have now resolution of 32 meters per pixel. And we have 60 meters per pixel. Now watch this area. Now we see something here. See this little white spot? That's the white crater. That was the crater behind the shard. Now we zoom in. Here's the crater. And you see that little tiny spot? It becomes already bigger. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the shard. It gets bigger now. Now we see already that there is a shadow. A straight line right here. But it gets much better, much better. Here we see that it is a cube form. It's not round, it's cubic. And here we see the shadow again. So do some bit about the contrast. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the shard. The famous shard. So it does exist. The question is, what is it? And this is the best resolution I could get, which is 0.5 meter per pixel. And that also indicates that the shard is not very big. See, the shadow is about two times the length, depending on the sun angle. So my estimate is that the shard is max 6 meters in diameter, and the shadow must be about 22 meters max. So it's not very big. And that is also contrary to contradiction to what Mr. Haukeland and other people claim, that the shard is about 190 meters high. Because this proves that it is not the case. But there is something on the moon that casts this shadow. So let's zoom in. Here we have the object, the shard, and the shadow, and the little white crater behind it. So now we do something about the contrast, and we're going to sharpen it. And we're going to remove all the artifacts, at least as many as possible. So we're going to sharpen it. And now we see that this strange cubic form consists of different parts, other cubes. So I'm going to deblur it, and here we see the contour of the object. I'm not quite sure what it is. In my guess is that it is a building. It could be an antenna building or something else, but it should be a building. Okay, we'll zoom in further, and now we see the construction, and we see that that's rectangular in some parts. Well, my guess is that based on the pixel values, I calculated pixel values and contrast levels. This is what the shard may look like as seen from above. Here we have let's go back one. This very dark area could be a tower, and it exactly matches the line of the shadow. So could this be the tower that casts the shadow, and this is a construction below the tower. But as I said, it's only a guess because I have no idea what we're looking at. So I hope you enjoyed it. It proves again that Mr. Haukeland was right. He was right with the castle, and this time he's also right with the shard. So my next project will be the cube, and of course Project Golden Dragon, which will be released soon. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye bye.